This is the most powerful road-going Volvo ever created, and this is the most powerful electric HGV ever made. And in this video I'm going to review both of these trucks. I'm going to talk you around their exteriors, show you how palatial their cabins are. I'm going to take them for a drive with a full load. I'm even going to launch them, see how quick they are from 0 to 56 miles an hour, because that's all they're allowed to actually go. I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching Carwow. Buy, sell, Carwow. Let's start this video by talking about the design. So this is the FH, and it's the Big Daddy 16 litre. So like it says on the number plate, Big FH. As a result of being the 16, you get some upgrades. It has this waterfall grille, the chrome effect. There's more chrome throughout the front of the vehicle, and even chrome up there on the sun visor, which I can't get up to. Actually, pull-up bars. Oh. The 16 also gets smoked adaptive LED headlights, which can blank out part of their beam so you don't dazzle oncoming drivers. Then there are these aerofoils to improve the aerodynamics, because every last drop of fuel equals profits. Moving down the side, you've got chrome door handles. You've got 750 there, that's the brake horsepower, and Euro 6 because the diesel engine is Euro 6 compliant. Now you've got some lockers in here, so if I just open this door, pull on this lever, I can open this. Whoop. Got storage locker there, then press this one, some more storage in here. Then if I need to get in between here to mess about with my coupling, I just pull a lever behind here and I can fold this flat back once again for improved aerodynamics and mess around in there. I'm not going to mess around in there though, because I might break something. Let's move on to the electric HGV. Now this one is built on the FM chassis. You will be able to get an electric version of the FH, which is obviously a bigger tractor, as you can see. However, they're not going to hit the UK roads until next year. Being electric, it has to shout about it. That's why it says electric on the front. Also, while the diesel version of the FM has a black grille, the electric has body colourage. Nice. You've got your LED lights there. They're not adaptive like on the FH though. You've still got those aerofoils here to improve your aerodynamics. Moving down the side, you've got cubbies again. Notice the electric badging there as well. So I open that in the same way, pull that, and there we go. Smaller cubby though, because the chassis is smaller. Right. Now behind there, you've got your batteries. And this is designed to help absorb energy in an impact so you don't damage the batteries. You've got some steps built in here, so to access those I'll pull up this lever. My weak journalist fingers can't operate it. I think we need a big burly trucker to release the catch. This is embarrassing. If you wouldn't mind, just yeah. There we go, so you've got steps now, and if I pull this I can fold that back to get to my coupling zone there. Coupling zone, that's not what they call it, but yeah, as you can see, you can get in there like that. There we go. And I'll just put these steps back. Can you help again? It's embarrassing. I'm not cut out for this. See, I'm not used to Mercedes cars and BMWs and stuff, and they'd have soft closed steps, wouldn't they? Anyhow, you get the idea. Got to point this feature out though. This is a new side impact detection system. So you've got two radars here. One points forward and it can see 7 meters in front of the truck. This one looks backwards and it can see 30 meters backwards from the front of the truck. So well beyond the actual load. So you can look out for things like cyclists, which is really important. This is designed to warn the driver that there are objects in their blind spot. Should prove a lifesaver. Let's move on to the engine, because it's very impressive in this particular Volvo. So I'll just show it you now. I'll lift that up, remove this thing here, take the safety off, press the button and lift the cab up. This is the only way you can get to see the 16.1 litre straight 6 twin turbo diesel engine. It puts out 750 brake horsepower, or if you want to be a bit more European, 760 PS or normal horsepower, which is what I like to talk about at Carwow. Now, torque, that's what matters with one of these things. 3,550 Newton meters with a full load of 44 tonnes, this engine can still return 10 miles to the gallon. And when you consider you've got a 550 litre fuel tank, on a full tank, this truck can haul a load 1,100 miles. It's insane. And here's the beast that lies within. Look at it. It's absolutely massive, if I do say so myself. You've seen the power unit on the most powerful road-going Volvo ever. Now let's check out the power unit on the most powerful electric HGV ever. So let's open this up and raise the cab, which I do by pressing this button. You've got 3 electric motors driving the rear wheels. Combined, they put out 666 metric horsepower. Sounds devilish. If you want that in old-fashioned BHP, it's 644 BHP. Torque, 2,400 Newton meters. Now the battery capacity is 540 kilowatt hours, but the usable capacity is actually 378 kilowatt hours. Reason being, Volvo only want you to use 70% of the capacity because that helps with longevity of the battery, which is important when you're doing lots of miles, which this is designed to do. So there you go. There's the power unit there. Looks a bit more complicated, doesn't it, than the diesel? Now, in terms of range, on a full charge, this thing will do 200 miles. To charge it, you can go up to 250 kilowatts on DC charging, and that'll charge the batteries fully in about 2 hours. Now, Volvo also let you charge with AC charging, which you can't do with other electric trucks, and that will charge at 43 kilowatts on AC. That'll take about 10 hours, which is a bit longer. Not ideal if you've got deliveries to make, but okay if you're charging it overnight. Here on the inside of the big FH, there's some things that are quite car-like, such as the digital driver's display, and you can cycle through different menus like that. You have your satellite navigation on there as well. Then you've got an infotainment system here with your music and bits and pieces. It hasn't got Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but Volvo are adding it. Also, you've got a camera system as well, so if I put that indicator on, you get a camera feed just there in your blind spot. There are no other cameras though, apart from a trailer camera, which is pointless now because I've got the trailer attached, so you can't really see much in it. You see, drivers prefer, apparently, to use their mirrors. They just have good spatial awareness. Now, there's quite a lot of buttons in this cab compared to a car. So you've got loads of buttons down here, and this is interesting. You've got lane keeping assist there, and if you look on the steering wheel, there's adaptive cruise control, so it'll keep you a safe distance from the vehicle in front, and auto steer. Yeah, then there's some other buttons which you wouldn't find on a car, such as the ability to lift up your central wheels. There's also a diff lock and other bits and pieces as well. Tell you what, I like air sprung seats, really comfy. Obviously you can raise them up and lower them down. I like the hiss as you lower them. They're ventilated and heated as well, which is nice. Another thing you've got here is your gear selector down here. You can put it into manual mode and choose gears yourself, but the system's better at it than most people. Also, you have the ability to alter the amount of engine braking, even though obviously you expect that on an electric car but not on a diesel. But yes, you can alter the amount of engine braking, which can help you save fuel. Though once again, you're best put in automatic mode and let the systems figure it out for you. Now, you might notice this lump on the dash. That's actually a heads-up display, but it doesn't show speed and stuff like that. What it actually shows is the collision warning system. So let's say you're driving along, you're not really paying attention, and the traffic in front of you is stopped, you're at risk of colliding into the back of it. It'll flash a warning on the windscreen. If you do nothing, it'll flash the warning and honk a sound to alert you. And if you do nothing, it'll do both of those things still and automatically apply the brakes to reduce the severity of any impact that might happen. Now, let's move on from that kind of nasty thought and look at cubby spaces. So there is quite a lot in here because obviously a trucker could be on the road for days. They want to have enough liquids to keep them hydrated. So you've got all these cup holders here, the storage here. There's actually a drawer here. Look, hey, big drawer. There's more storage here, pen holder there, a 12-volt socket there, but you've also got a 24-volt socket there and a good old-fashioned cigarette lighter. If I look down here, you've got a special bottle holder. You can put a big bottle in there. There's also this thing here. I don't know, not the bottle holder. Then you've got storage down there. You've got some big door bins. And of course, loads of storage up here. I'm just going to walk you through it. Look, storage in there, storage in there, storage up here, storage in there. the storage in here, and you can actually have an optional microwave fitted up there. There's more storage in here like that, and some more up there. You've got a TV up here, and here you have the bed. Let's make it over to the bed, see how comfy it is. So here we go. Now I'm lying this way so you can see what I'm doing, but it's not the way around you should actually lie. Well, this is comfy, this is. The reason it's not is because look at this. I can actually raise that part of the bed, a bit like a hospital bed. This is obviously good if I'm feeling a bit lightheaded and need to get some blood into my brain. Look, I can lift up my legs. Obviously this is the way round you're supposed to use it, look. Like that, then you can sit up and watch telly. Right, let me put that back down. Now if you're not using the bed, you can of course store things underneath it. So if I just move this forward a bit, you'll be able to see, look at this, sorry about that cameraman. You'll be able to see that underneath here you have storage. Oh God. More storage under there. And obviously if you're going to be spending a long time in your cab, sorry cameraman, again, look underneath here, where is it? You have a fridge freezer. So that is your fridge part, and this section is your freezer part. Incredible. You have all the luxuries that you need to spend a long time alone in your cab. There's some other buttons up here. So these are for your exterior lights, and this one is for opening and closing the sunroof. There we go, just open it a bit. And then you have this other switch here for your blind. So you can lower it or raise it. It's all quite luxurious in here. And there's one last thing I need to show you, and it's this unit. So this allows you to control the actual vehicle from outside of it, up to 25 meters away. You see, you can alter the engine revs using this. So you can have it running, alter the engine revs, and the reason you might want to do that is because you've connected your tractor to a power takeoff unit, so you're driving something like, I don't know, like a drill. Also, you can use it to raise and lower the air suspension as well. Anyway, I think that's all you need to know about the interior of the Volvo FH. Well, apart from the fact that because it's their tallest HGV, you can stand up in it. There's plenty of room to move around and get dressed or undressed. Oh, while I'm up here, look, got some lights here for reading when you're in your bed. And this, which is connected to the compressed air system. I don't know what that's for. Maybe giving you a blow job. Here in the inside of the FM, as you can see, there's clearly not as much room. It's still very spacious, but you sit 300 millimeters lower. As a result, there's this lump here, so you can't stand up and get dressed easily. Underneath there is where like the engine will go with the diesel version, and obviously there's a power unit for the electrical system on this particular electric powered HGV. Now because you're sitting lower, you don't have the special reclining bed, and there's not the fridge under there. The fridge is actually, if I can climb up on here, in there now. And it's just a fridge, not a fridge freezer. Reason being is this is designed for a couple of days away, whereas the big FH is designed for going for weeks away at a time. Other than that though, it's all pretty similar. You might be thinking, wait a minute, the steering wheel looks different, a bit like a bus. Well, it's the same steering wheel system. I just didn't show you in that one. Look, for instance, what I can do is alter that angle of the steering wheel and then the column itself like that. That's better, more like a car. Now I'm going to drive the FH16. I've got Martin Tomlinson with me from Volvo Trucks. He's going to keep an eye on me and make sure I do things correctly, because this could go badly wrong. Right, so all I'm going to do is whack it into auto, turn off the parking brake. Right, here we go. It's not my first time driving an HGV. I've done it before. I've had a drag racing one before actually. I think you get a great view out of these. Much better than an SUV.
Much better.
I'm not too close, am I, to the... I seem quite close.
You were quite close then. that bleep is the proximity sensor, so yeah.
Because it is wide, isn't it? I'm used to cars, and this is like filling this lane.
It is wide.
Can I use my engine brake in here? Right.
You can do, but you've not got enough revs for it to do anything effectively. So.
Ah! Right, let's not do that. Just do this weird lurching. Right, here we go. Oh, here we go. You notice the gear changes, don't you? Is there like a knack, like lifting off, or is it changing to like make
Just
it
keep it nice and smooth, and then the truck will do all the gear changing for you.
to maximise fuel economy?
Absolutely.
That's why truckers get really annoyed when you pull out in front of them and you go slow, because they're just trying to coast and not accelerate at all, are they, to maximise their fuel?
Absolutely.
Am I in the gutter there?
You are.
It's not that hard to drive it though. Obviously I haven't got the trailer attached just yet. It's going to be a bit more difficult then, yeah?
Very much so, yeah.
Now we're going into the corners where we can check out the handling. It goes all right. It's surprisingly good fun. Go on. I've just floored it and it's, come on, change down. There we go.
There you go, there's your turbo.
Oh, blimey. Yeah, and the turbo kicks in and it starts pulling, doesn't it?
Yeah, you've got two turbos. It's got a low pressure and a high pressure. So you feel it when it really kicks in like that.
I'm tempted to try and overtake him. Do you reckon we might? I don't know whether this is going to be a good idea or not. Yeah, I'm going to try it here. Here we go, we're going for it. Right, I'm going to brake here. Well, I got past him. How was that for you? Pretty frightening.
Yeah, I'll jump out down here. I think that's the fastest I've ever been around there.
Really? I'm so sorry. It's real bad form for me to be a bad driver and you have to sit next to me. I reckon we need to try the electric one now and see how that compares. Well, I'll try and watch my line a bit better this time.
This one's a little bit lower than that one as well, so go real slow when we come out the end of the Alpine route.
Okay, so I don't like bottom it out.
Yeah, because it will take the bumper off on this one, because it is a bit lower.
Okay, no pressure then. Tell you what, pickup's better on this. I like it.
Quieter. We're not shouting to each other.
No. Well, you might be shouting at me in a moment because I'm not driving in the lane again.
Keep in the middle will be fine.
It's so light, the steering, and easy to manoeuvre. I mean, it was the same with the other one, but there's just something about like you're not getting that gear change. And how many gears they have? 12.
It's still got a normal 12-speed gearbox, but it only utilises two, one in low range and one in high range. So
Okay, that just messed with my head. So it's got a 12-speed gearbox,
Yeah.
just like the diesel,
Yes.
but it's only using 2 gears.
it is, because the torque is instant. As soon as you put your foot on the accelerator, you've got 2,400 newton meters all in one go.
But why have you got a 12-speed gearbox then?
Because you've still got the ability, if you've got something heavy or you want to manoeuvre slowly onto a loading bay, for example, you've still got the ability to drop it into manual and use all those gears if you really want to.
Definitely prefer it to drive around there than the diesel.
Yeah.
Ryan, now I'm going to launch the FH16 to see how quick it is from 0 to 30 miles an hour, 0 to 40 miles an hour, 0 to 50 miles an hour, and 0 to 56 miles an hour, which is its top speed. I'm going to do it without the trailer first, so let's do it. Where's the sport setting?
That's it.
It's just in auto.
You're in it.
Okay, just floor it, yeah, see what happens.
go on, just floor it.
Here we go. Oh yeah.
Bit of wheel spin there.
Oh, come on. Getting up to 30 now. That's 30 miles an hour, 9.02 seconds. 40, 12.73, 50, 16.64. And now, are we going to reach 56 miles an hour? It's hovering at 54.5. It's an indicated 56, but the reality is, according to my GPS, 54. Right, now we're going to launch the electric HGV. Let's find out how quick this is. Here we go. You ready?
Ready, let's do it.
Come on. You should be quicker. You're smoother. 9 seconds to 30. By the narrowest of margin, slightly quicker, but to 40, 14.94 to 50, 22.9, and to 56, no, same thing again. It's not a real 56. So slightly faster off the mark to 30, but then was slower than the diesel. The diesel, once it got going, was quicker. Okay, I'm now back in the FH16 and we've attached a 44-ton trailer. I'm going to launch it again, see how quick it is. Here we go.
Good luck.
Might be a bit slower than before, but let's find out by how much. Here we go. Come on, diesel power. Oh, that's 10 mile an hour there. Oh, you can feel the turbo really pulling there. Look at that, that's good, that is. So we're getting to 30, come on, 30. 30 mile an hour, 20.13. 40 mile an hour, 30.92. Will we hit 50? We're gonna, you know.
Just pull top gear as well.
Oh, so it's 12th gear and 50 mile an hour in 43.90. That's really impressive. Now I'm going to launch the FM electric with its trailer attached. So let's see how quick it is. You ready?
Ready, let's go.
Come on. Very smooth. Oh,
As your gear change.
will it do another one?
Yes, it will, yeah.
It was quicker to 30,
yeah, it was.
16.35.
It was.
Here we go, quicker to 40 maybe? Pretty similar. What's he going to do?
We're going to get there.
To 50, yeah, we will. Here it comes. Come on! Oh, to 50, it's slower, isn't it? It's at the top end. I mean, that's always the case with electric vehicles. They're just not as fast at the top end as internal combustion engines, but you get that instant torque. So for just nipping off the line, they are quicker, and we are going to reach top speed. Just a bit lower, just slightly, there we go. But these trucks are used for distribution, aren't they? So where it matters for where this will be used, it's better than the diesel. And where the diesel will be used, like on motorways and stuff like that, the diesel's better.
Absolutely.
Right, we're going to go for a little drive about in the FH16 diesel with a 44-ton load attached. See what it's like. I don't think the gear changes feel any more laboured. Actually, it seems better able to deal with it when it's got the load on it. It's like set up specifically for towing, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Honestly, now I'm going straight. I've no idea really that trailer's behind me. What's the law in terms of when you've got to phase out these diesels and be all electric?
So we've got to be by 2035, everything that's a rigid vehicle, so not an articulated, and then by 2040, what we're driving today has got to be
electric.
Electric.
So really, if electric's going to match this, they've got to do a lot with the batteries to increase the range, because the range of this on a full tank, in like 1100 miles, the electric one, 200 miles.
The ranges will improve all the time.
You're going to have massive batteries.
We are, and obviously that all adds weight, which means you don't get as much in the trailer.
So what is the weight of this tractor unit?
So on its own, it's around about 9.5 tons.
And what's the electric one?
That's about 10.5.
And it's a smaller unit?
Smaller, yeah.
And it's the batteries?
Absolutely.
So if you're going to do anything like the distance on a single charge that this can do on a full tank, you are going to have massive batteries, which is going to add more to the weight. I almost think it's a bit of a stupid target. Why can't we just have the right fuel for the right job?
Absolutely, and I think there will be other solutions as well by then. Hydrogen fuel cell, hydrogen combustion. We've also got biodiesel, which makes the operation a lot cleaner than what it is with using normal diesel.
What we'll do now is jump into the electric one and see what that's like at pulling the full load. Obviously we've got a 40-ton load rather than a 44.
That's right.
But the overall weight, it's only 3 kilos down because this is a ton heavier, isn't it?
This is about a ton heavier than the FH16, yeah.
Yeah, this is a more relaxing drive. It's kind of crazy as well to think that it is pulling that huge trailer behind me. It's so serene, so quiet, yet it's hauling that.
Great big trailer, but in the same way as what the diesel one does.
It's nuts because electric vehicles aren't great for towing. When you get the electric cars, they never have as high towing capacity as the internal combustion engine equivalent. So it's just strange, just driving along in silence, in comfort, knowing that you've got all that behind it. Yeah. And the good thing is that like when you're driving around towns and cities, you've got zero tailpipe emissions. You're not like spewing out stuff that people are going to be breathing in. And that comes down to the right fuel for the right job. So yeah, absolutely, make HGVs electric powered in towns and cities and for this kind of work. Yeah. But for real long distance stuff, I really struggle to think that going away from diesel is necessarily the right thing. Well, I enjoyed that. Thank you very much, Martin.
Good. No, there we go. It was good.
Interesting, comparing a diesel HGV and an electric HGV. The most powerful electric HGV in the world right now. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. If you want to watch some other videos, you just click on some windows there. If you want to see how much your car is worth and you want to sell your car through carwow, click on that box there. It's dead simple. Just upload some photos, give a brief description, then our dealers will bid on your car. Thanks for watching.